What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics, and today we got a reaction of John Mellencamp versus Merle Haggard, brought to us by friend, longest time supporter, Patreon supporter, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out the Patreon link below. If you'd like to just have me react to something one time, check out our Buy Me a Coffee link that is also down below. All right, let's get into this a little bit. Sean said he chose these two songs because they were covered by Bob Dylan in concert last year in 2024, and they were songs that Sean did not know. Let's jump into it with Mr. Mellencamp and the song Longest Days off the Life, Death, Love, and Freedom album in 2008, his 20th album. Now, this album has a lot of acclaim. Rolling Stone named it the 5th best album of that year. Anti-Music named it number 18 on their top albums of the decade. And Q Magazine put it 38 on the best albums of that year. A couple years after the release of this, Mellencamp said, "I would put that album, that collection of songs, up against any record I ever made. In my mind, that record is as good as just about any record ever made." That's a good feeling to be able to finally say, hey, after nearly 24 albums, I finally made a record that I think is as good as anything out there. So not just his albums, any albums. Opening track, this song deals with the fleetingness of life and the inability to accomplish everything you want to. Bob covered this, I guess it was in 2023 on the Never Ending Tour, notably in his Mellencamp's home state of Indiana. Now, I used to love John Mellencamp. I know all his 80s stuff, a lot of his early 90s stuff. Not the greatest human being in interaction with everything you see over the years, but a fantastic artist. But I've never heard this as well, so I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, Sean.
Seems like once upon a time ago, I was where I was supposed to be. My vision was true and my heart was too. There was no end to what I could dream. I walked like a hero into the setting sun. Everyone called out my name. Death to me was just a mystery. I was too busy raising a cane. But nothing lasts forever. Your best efforts don't always pay. Sometimes you get sick and you don't get better. That's when life is short, even in its longest days. So you pretend not to notice that everything has changed. The way that you look and the friends you once had. So you keep on acting the same. But deep down in your soul, you know you got no flame. And who knows then which way to go? Life is short, even in its longest days. All I got here is a rearview mirror. Reflections of where I've been. So you tell yourself, I'll be back up on top someday. But you know there's nothing waiting up there for you anyway. Nothing lasts forever, and your best efforts don't always pay. Sometimes you get sick and you don't get better. That's when life is short, even in its longest days. Life is short, even in its longest days.
Fantastic writing on this song. talks about when he was younger, in the first verse. It seems like once upon a time ago, I was up there where I was supposed to be. My vision was true and my heart was too. There was no end to what I could dream. I walked like a hero into the setting sun. Everyone called out my name. Death to me was just a mystery. I was too busy raising up Cain. So, I'm almost 54 years old. So when you're younger, you're bulletproof. You got your family. Everything's like going quickly, like life goes quickly. But nothing lasts forever. Your best efforts don't always pay. Sometimes you get sick and you don't get better. That's when life is short, even in its longest days. Now, this song really, really, really hit home to me because I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 35. And just like a week and a half, it'll be 18 years that I was diagnosed. And the anniversary date of my diagnosis is the same day my daughter's going to graduate from high school. So there's some sort of symmetry there. But, it hasn't killed me, but it has changed my life in just about every way. And, so I kind of get this. So you pretend not to notice that everything has changed, the way that you look and the friends you once had. So you keep on acting the same, but deep down in your soul, you've got no flame, and who knows which way to go. Life is shortest, even in its longest days, because, you've got to come to a realization in your mind that you are never going to be the same, and you're never going to be like you once were. And it is like a death. It is like a mourning, and I can deal with it well now. I had some very dark days, but I'm good with it now. That doesn't mean I'll be good with it you just don't know. But such a powerful song, I think, for anyone as they age. But when you're dealing with stuff, I think it's even more powerful. Very, very sparse instrumentation, as it should be. It's all about the songwriting, all about and just getting you into the song. I can see why Dylan would sing this. It's right up his alley, both arrangement-wise, lyrical-wise. So that one was really, really good. Now we'll get to Footlights by Merle Haggard from the Serving 190 proof album in 1979. It's a mid-career kind of introspective on the loneliness of a touring musician's life. Haggard has often stated that he was in the stages of his own midlife crisis, or, quote, male menopause, as he put it, around this time. In the documentary Learning to Live with Myself, he's quoted in an interview from around that time saying, "Things that you've enjoyed for years don't seem nearly as important, and you're at war with yourself as to what's happening. Why don't I like that anymore? Why do I like this now?" And finally, I think you actually go through a biological change. You become another. Your body is getting ready to die, and your mind doesn't agree. According to Daniel Cooper's essay for the 1994 career retrospective, Down Every Road, Haggard told music journalist Peter Gerlach that the song derived from having to face an audience 5 minutes after having heard that his hero and friend Lefty Frizzell had died, with Haggard confessing, quote, "You have to go out and smile when you don't feel like smiling. Somebody points a camera at you and you put on that instamatic grin, which is part of the profession, I guess. But sometimes part of the profession makes you feel like a prostitute. That's what this song is about," end quote. The song could be an anthem for any touring country singer. George Jones called it his all-time favorite Haggard tune. And eventually, George and Merle did a duet of this that is out there as well. All right.
I live the kind of life that most men only dream of. I make my living writing songs and singing them. But I'm 41 years old and I ain't got no place to go when it's over. I'll hide my age and make the stage and try to kick the footlights out again. I throw my old guitar across the stage and then my bass man takes the ball. And the crowd goes nearly wild to see my guitar nearly fall. After 20 years of picking, we're still alive and kicking down the wall. footlights out and walk away without a curtain call. Tonight I'll kick the footlights out again and try to hide the mood I'm really in, and put on my old Instomatic grin. Tonight I'll kick the footlights out again. Kind of life that most men only dream of. I make my living writing songs and singing them. I'm 41 years old and I ain't got no place to go when it's over. So I'll hide my age and make the stage and try to kick the footlights out again.
All right, Footlights, Merle Haggard, another really good song in there. It's going to be more relevant in the, finite picture of a musician, but also in the overall picture of all of his aging. But he's only 41 in this. Like, he thinks he's got a foot in the grave, basically, from his quote. He's only 41, but things were different back then. People seem to age much quicker. Really well done. I mean, also lower instrumentation on here, minimal instrumentation, a little more, of course, than on the Mellencamp song, but Merle's got a great voice, man. He's just telling you the story, and you just feel it. And you can totally see why Dylan, especially in his 80s, would sing this song. He would definitely identify with it. But it was really done as well. But now we got to come to a winner. And while they're both very good, you're going to probably guess because I have much more of a personal connection to the John Mellencamp song. So Mellencamp's going to win this one for me, but I need to know what you guys think down below. Who wins this? A really good battle from Sean from two songs I did not know. Very unique in pairing these against each other, and they fit so well together because they're about aging and being closer to the other side than this side. All right, guys, if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up. Hit that big red subscribe button down below. Super appreciate it. Thanks again to Sean. Until next time, guys, I will see you.